This is just common sense. In the United States, there's a huge incentive to have the CPI under state inflation. That is that all of the entitlements, which we can't afford, are geared to the CPI. The CPI cost of living increase for Social Security, as an example, is set to the CPI, 2.6%, when in fact, the underlying depreciation of the purchasing power of the US dollar is probably more like 7.5% or 8%.
Okay.
And frankly, it's worse, not better, in Canada.
So what needs to be done to increase or improve the living standard for the average American consumer?
Get out of the way. Just get out of the way. Just deregulate. I mean, listen, I could go on about this forever. Right now, the cost of the federal government, not state and local governments, the cost of the federal government is 36% of GDP. If you reduced tax, you would lower the cost of living of every single working American and Canadian family.
I'd like to get your take on this because incoming and outgoing secretaries of the Treasury have completely different opinions on how the tax structure should be implemented. So Scott Bessent has said recently, last week,
as we begin 2025, Americans are barreling towards an economic crisis at year end. If Congress fails to act, Americans will face the largest tax increase in history.
He testified to Congress that should they not renew the 2017 tax cuts, Americans would face an economic calamity.